Rodimus is a bright fella.
There's a lot of orange and a lot of red.
Yeah.
And that purples and red. Oh.
Welcome to another episode of
Nerd Out!
I'm Randy, this is Brian, and this is a Rodimus action. So here's what it is. This guy, I won't say his last name just in case he doesn't want us to, Chris, he sent us the original MP09. Yeah, the MP09 from China. It's straight up, it's like a knockoff of Fixed Problems.
It's a refit.
Yeah.
They refitted this toy and I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Anyone if okay, you're either falling one of three categories. You never owned MP9, you have the Japanese MP09 and you had some fucking problems with it.
It broke, fell apart on you.
Yeah.
Or you had the American and it still fell apart on you, but just different things.
Yeah.
Fuck!
I mean, so like, and then you have the new one, and I like it, but some people don't.
I like
it.
the new one too, but when you compare them, there is no comparison. This toy is so much more premium.
Yeah, it is. It is more. It follows the
masterpiece moniker
name
more properly of like what we thought it was going to be.
Right.
You know,
I think it is a nightmare to transform. I think it was overly designed.
It's a fucking mess.
And I also believe that that the Hot Rod Rodimus feature, although it was really inventive idea, I think they probably should have just picked one or the other.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. They should have stuck with one because all it did was over-engineer a toy that was already sort of hard to transform.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there were a lot. I remember a lot of videos of British men like talking about.
Why do you think it was British men?
I just on chance I'd look up like Rodimus, like MP09, and it was some British guys.
They were dropping some F-bombs.
Yeah,
like,
they were dropping some
Fs
with their Guinness, and they did not like this thing, man. They did not like it. I guess Guinness is actually Irish. But...
I will say I had my this is the Japanese one. I got it immediately. I thankfully did not have any major stress marks. But with that said, I transformed it there and back a few times, and then it scared the piss out of me. And since then, like, it just sort of has been a shelf queen. Like, I mean, it's a scary toy.
It happens.
And then I got the US one, and I got it just basically to have it. I will say, my US one fucking broke.
Well, I beat the shit out of my US one, and it's still in one piece.
I can't believe that. Yeah.
The only part that broke, one piece except the only part that broke, was the side panel on the legs that breaks off on everybody's that like upward hinge, and which brings us to this because they fixed it.
They did.
And you want me to read it off?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and read the fixes. And then we'll discuss them.
All right. We have redesigned tabs on back wheels.
Back wheels. Okay.
Yep. Which I haven't really
figured that out yet either.
Corrected misassembled ankle joints, which is I remember that some of them, like the ankles, no matter what you did, you couldn't get it in robot mode to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Mine was like that. It was very difficult. I don't know if I ever got it to stand upright in robot mode. Repaired backpack hinge to allow roof tabs smoothly in all modes.
Which to me, I just will say right off the bat, is the most improved thing about this thing, because I fucking hated it. Like, this does not tab in, and it sucks.
Tighten spoiler. Improved tabs on exhaust pipes and lower legs.
Okay.
Installed customized solid elbow and knee joints, which is a huge deal because that was like a lot of knees busted off on this thing, especially because when you get it into alt mode, you have to beat the shit out of the knees. Adjusted springs and ratchet joints if too tight. So I guess meaning it's just his knees are now adjustable and stuff, and this thing feels like a new toy to me. It really does.
I agree. Like, first of all, you have to be in the market for MP09 because it is old, and you have to decide, like, do I even care at this point? But for the first time, I was able to transform it there and back without stress, and I don't know if that's a matter of the fact that it's not my toy. That allowed me that freedom, but I think most of it is the improvements it is made. One thing off the bat that kind of pissed me off immediately when I opened it is that there is this major gash of yellow scraping right there, and that was the first thing I saw.
But isn't that because of this
Nope,
thing?
I don't think so.
I heard everybody whining about that.
The way it was delivered to me was literally like this in vehicle mode with bubble wrap around it, and like there it is. Like it was like just thrown in a box. Like there's no packaging with this, which is fine because the likelihood is if you're gonna get this, it's because you missed it the first time or you didn't want you want to be able to play with it.
Hell yeah! I mean, and it's like as scary as this is to be able to have a fixed one that you can beat up. You'll get it because I remember I had the American one and it took me a good 5 go-throughs to actually be comfortable with it and mess with it. But I think this is one of the most rewarding molds.
You do?
I think so.
I do
man.
too, but
it looks great.
Yeah.
When you finally get it in the alt mode, but this is one of those ones that you have to do it perfect because if you don't, your alt mode will be like all jangly but you can't fix it. You almost have to go untransform it and retransform it to get it right.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
But once you get it right, it's like it's beautiful.
It is.
It is a beautiful.
Getting those hands in the car mode to wrap around was always a bitch.
That's a lazy shit. I just pulled mine off.
Yeah. Oh man, you really
pulled them
are.
off. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not going to cover everything about this figure because you know. But I do want to say, things that I did notice is the burgundy paint is a little richer on the new one, which is nice. I wish the yellow was a little glossier because the one thing that the American one did is I do like the gloss of the yellow.
Fair enough.
Other things I really noticed, it definitely is.
Is
it's
this
the
a
Japanese
knockoff?
one?
Is this a knockoff?
Oh, you have this backwards. Oh no,
I have nothing backwards.
Oh wait. Oh okay. No, you're good.
Is this a knockoff or is this a modified Japanese version?
I'm
curious. I want to know.
I think it's modified, but from what I understand, it was run by the same factory that did the original, but I guess like
because the quality on this it matches the real one. I mean it's like that's why I'm asking. It's really weird.
I think it was like modified by a fan, if I understand correctly, and then they just ran it. But I guess they never quite made it to the States, and that could be just a matter of the fact that like by the time they modified it, it sort of became irrelevant because it is old. It's old as shit.
And I mean, remember when you could get these from like TF Direct, no packaging, and it's like, what the hell was that?
That's pretty much how this came. I wonder if that's
what
the
these
same
were.
one. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, they probably bought them and fixed them up or something because I remember that, and they weren't KOs.
No,
said they're legit. They just have no packaging. You know, they were probably factory rejects or something.
Right. It also comes with the trailer, so you can do the Rodimus transformation, which. That's what destroyed this because I used this to transform it, and it just ripped the spoiler right off. Like what a piece of
really? I never knew that happened.
Yeah, because you have to stick it in there.
Yeah, and that would suck.
That's thin. Yeah. So, but this is the modified trailer, and the only thing I noticed, maybe this isn't the modified one. Oh yeah, is that for some reason this fell off easily, but it's no big deal because it just clipped back on. But I did want to make note of that. It just fits back in. Again, my opinion on this is they probably should have just gone with Rodimus or Hot Rod, one or the other. Probably Hot Rod Rodimus because Rodimus was the leader, and that would match
that's what they were doing in the day.
Yeah.
And then these would both be relevant. Still,
oh, that's true.
I mean, it would be like.
The thing is I like the way this looks as Hot Rod better than Rodimus. Which is weird. I think it's the head, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
when you extend the legs, it looks kind of funky.
But isn't that Rodimus when you extend the legs?
Yeah, that's what I didn't like.
Oh, so you like Hot Rod?
Oh, is that what I said? I said Rodimus. Okay, I like Hot Rod.
I like Hot Rod more too, and I actually love it when his goggles come down.
You do? Yeah, it's a cool feature. No, it is a neat feature. All right, here's a question for you. Do you prefer the Japanese colors or the U.S. colors?
You know what? I don't really have a preference.
No?
I'm looking at them right now. I'm sort of digging the Japanese because I like the bottom legs, but
I like
used to the US,
yeah. What I do like about I like this burgundy color. I think a little bit more just because that's such a magenta. Like it's not bad. Like it's okay. But this silver, I like the idea of the silver.
Yeah.
Just the execution. This was like remember the days of the swirly gray plastic.
Oh yeah.
That was it, and it just like. it sort of cheapened the Masterpiece name a little bit. And at that time, our expectations of like the concept of Masterpiece was that you were getting a masterpiece.
Yeah, we were expecting a Soul Chigoku.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, pretty
right.
much.
You're right. I mean, the MPO1 like set the expectations so high, and I think Grimlock was even really good, and Starscream had its issues, but this one, which just I remember getting it, and it was like I loved it and I defended it, but it's not a fun toy.
Yeah,
It's a fucking mess.
I liked it too. I mean, could you imagine an alternate reality where Masterpiece went in the direction of where it started?
Oh man, that'd be great.
I mean, imagine like if a Masterpiece figure was like this.
Yeah.
I mean, a little better, like more durable, but I mean, it would be a whole different world.
Here's a question for you: would you give up accurate scale to have a consistent line of robots?
They're all the same size.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think I would.
Maybe.
I think I would do it. I know
Because I'd buy both.
You would.
I would want both, you know, because like if every Masterpiece was just made to be a masterpiece by itself, I think that's what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's what I thought
I was expecting. But then they turned Masterpiece into a product line.
Yes.
I mean, or a scale. I guess.
Scale.
And it's like,
I mean,
which is cool, but I'd rather have them all be exactly the same price.
Yeah.
And you know what you're going to get.
I kind of agree too. Wow, I never noticed this. My American one has two of the same hands.
Wow.
There's no.
That sucks.
I never noticed that.
Wow.
That's kind of a bummer.
Well, that would definitely give you issues trying to.
Oh, you know what? I could just switch them because they both are.
Oh, they're both the wrong hand.
Yeah, they're both the wrong hand. What the fuck? How'd that happen?
Crazy
Anyways,
shit.
so who is this for? If you like this toy but are scared to play with yours, I think it's for you. If you want to revisit it, or if you never got it, I mean, it is something.
It's for you too.
It's for you too.
Yeah.
I do think that it is an improved version.
It feels better.
It does feel.
It does feel more solid. It feels like you can move joints on it and not worry about it. It just.
Yeah. Here's the thing: is one, you are definitely supporting. It is a knockoff. Like you're not getting official product. So it's like if you struggle with that moral dilemma, that's an issue. And then also, here's the biggest thing: it's not a big deal. It is. I think it's like $140 shipped to the U.S.
With or without trailer?
I think with the trailer is $145.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good, but again, it's still buying an old ass toy for, but that is pretty good.
But if you don't have it, I mean, if you're new, I mean, a lot of you guys.
That's true.
And I noticed, on Instagram, some of you guys look a little young, and I mean, if you missed this, get it by all means. I mean, see what it's like to be an old man.
You really love that thing, man, don't you?
I'm into this, dude. And I mean, this is like this is MPO9, and this is like where it started.
It sort of is.
Or at least 9.
Yeah, I'm dwelling on the scale thing. Like, I think I would have preferred Masterpieces to be one set scale and just kind of roll with it.
Oh my god!
I know this thing is a fucking mess.
Because those ankles. It's the ankle. See how this one stands perfect.
Yeah, I never.
He's dicking with that, trying to get it to like. I
thought it was because
and the knees are bumped on that.
I hate this thing. Oh man,
it's a mess.
Yeah, I'm scared of my Japanese one. Like again. My favorite thing improvement wise is the fact the spoiler clips in, because that was such an issue for me.
Yeah. And that one did. I think they fixed it on the American one.
I wouldn't know. Mine broke off.
Yeah.
But you didn't get the trailer with the American one.
No. Yep.
Yeah. So you paid. I think it retailed for $75.
I think so. Yeah. Something like that.
If you are interested in this, we're gonna put Chris's contact information here. You can go through him. I do think it is improved. So if you're down with that, this thing is pissing me off. If you're down with that, I would say that it's probably a pretty cool toy. It has allowed me
Rodimus Prime.
Yeah. Oh man. It has allowed me to appreciate that mold, because it was a tough one to really embrace. I still like my little Rodimus.
I like the little guy too, but he's like a chub.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, he should be like, he's like a good leader class.
Right.
Like, that'd be a
To be honest with you, I was revisiting my Transformers animated, And I wanted to bring this up because we in our webcast Nerd Out at Night, we talked about Transformer toy lines, and we were talking about like good shows, and I totally skipped over Transformers Animated because I loved that show, and those toys were at top quality. Like, I'll be honest with you, this Masterpiece, not a whole lot quality wise. They're good. But that just shows you how good those Transformers Animated was. If you didn't like the aesthetic, that's one thing. But quality-wise,
they were nice. They were
man.
They were built like tanks, and they were complex and
they were
fun and posable.
Yeah. So please check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and here's our PO box. Give you a second, PO box, in case you want to send us something. And here's Chris's email information. So if you are interested in checking out this Rodimus, that's between you and him. If you have a problem, something happens, that's between you and him.
But my recommendation, guys, I say get it.
Yeah.
If this is something you want,
get
this. It's
I'm
sweet.
just saying, if something fucking happens, it's not my fault.
Yeah. I might get it. I'm really thinking about buying this though.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. That yellow scratch on the spoiler really pisses me off. But whatever. I mean, there's so many problems to be had with these.
Yeah.
So until next time,
Nerd out!
Balls.